each age, and there's 12 ages, are over 2,000 years long. So you can't see this with your naked eye unless you look into symbolism. And we know that the Earth is tilted on an axis, and believe it or not, we wobble on this axis. So because of this wobble, we enter different zodiac signs. If you think of it this way, that during the spring equinox, the constellation that rises, or that is behind the sun when the sun rises in the morning, is Pisces. That's why we're in the age of Pisces. And as we shift into a new age, or as we wobble around this wobble effect, different constellations will appear behind the sun at that point. Go ahead.
And this is measured at the spring equinox. Each year at the spring equinox, this is measured at what point in the precession we are in. And the precession is basically it's called the great year. The precession of the equinoxes is a great year. The great year is 25,800 years, and like Andy said, it's broken down into the ages, which are also known as houses. And these houses are all referenced to throughout the Bible, as well as the ages. And eon, an aeon or an eon is the same thing, and that is the 2,150 year period of an age, which is an age is equivalent to a calendar month, basically. But what is also happening under the precession of the equinoxes is it wobbles through the galaxy. You know, it's the slow backward wobble through the zodiac, whereas in the monthly cycle of the zodiac through the months, it's moving forward, or a precession. So the precession it's moving backward by definition of precession. And so what we have is, in earliest times, you have basically as like archaeological discoveries like the Caral temples and the pyramids in Peru, and as James DeMeo argues in his book Saharasia, that before 4000 BCE, cultures were primarily matrilineal, or lined through the mother unit of the family, and that somewhere right around 4000-ish BCE, the matrilineal cultures ended due to the precession of, due to the desertification of the Saharasian, or the Sahara and southern Asian regions. From that point on, cultures seemed to become more patriarchal because of lack of food supplies and a drier climate, so they began warring and fighting over food, and that's when you start to see the development of the religions. And this is sort of under the age of Taurus, the bull. So the Egyptians worship the bull, the ancient Hindus worship the bull, the Egyptian Apis, and I don't remember the Egyptian bull's name off the top of my head, or the Hindu. But basically, Moses comes off the mountain and he sees the Jews worshiping the bull. And this isn't, they're not just dumb worshippers worshiping an animal. They're worshiping the age of the bull of the constellation, or age of Taurus. And so Moses comes down and ends that, and then they enter the age of Aries, and Moses is usually shown with ram's horns on his head, and the Jews blow the shofar in honor of the ram. As well, Abraham slaughters the ram instead of his son to take us out of the age of Aries after 2,150 years approximately, and brings us into the approximate time of zero, and the birth of the so-called Jesus, fisher of men, feeds the masses with 2 fish, who are the fish of the constellation of Pisces, because Pisces precedes Aries in the precession. And at present, and the timings are off because each of the constellations are not exactly 72 degrees. They're different sizes and things, but the end of Pisces is right now. Some argue it's 2012, some argue it's not for another 140 years in the future. So that's a large summary of the procession and how it belongs in the theologies and how it